You've been blessed this life. I pray that you'd be with us as we conduct the business of the county. Give us the knowledge and wisdom to make good decisions with people. Pray that you'd be with our men and women in uniform, that you'd watch over them. Pray that you'd bless this country. Forgive us of our name. We ask in Christ's name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number 4, approval of the minutes of prior meetings, set down a regular meeting and a hearing on the 28th.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item number 5, Sharon Overstreet, Treasurer, presentation approval of cash statement.
Our cash balances as of today, May the 12th, 2014. General checking account, we have $1,144,058.39. Our tax pool account, we have $11,127,436.85. Total monies of $12,271,495.24. Our tax pool rate is 0.0250%.
I move we accept the cash statement. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item number 6, Sharon Overstreet, presentation approval of registered claims to be canceled by court.
So moved. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item number 7, you taking over today. Item number 7, Sharon Overstreet, permission to open Series 2014 General Obligation Refunding Bond Bank Account.
This is the bank account for the bonds on the jail note. I had to open a new bank account one.
So moved. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item number 8, Sharon Overstreet, permission to transfer balance from
COGL Series,
COGL Series 2007 Interest and Sinking Bank Account to Series 2014 General Obligation Refunding Bond Account, closing COGL Series 2007 account.
So moved. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item number 9, Angela Gore, Auditor, payment of county bills. And before you say anything, I want everybody to know she was appointed the auditor. And there's gonna be a reception after the Commissioner's Court finishes in the Dome, so everybody's invited.
Bring your checkbook.
The pre-approved expenditures for April the 29th, 2014 were $17,682.70. The pre-approved expenditures for May the 6th, 2014 were $5,240.68. Pre-approved expenditures for the period of April the 28th, 2014 and May the 12th, 2014 were $209,185.80. And today, May the 12th, 2014, the expenditures for Commissioner's Court are $176,886.46. The total expenditures are $408,995.64. Gross payroll for May the 1st, 2014 was $388,960.65. FICA was $28,532.11. Retirement was $55,403.94. Total transfer for May the 1st, 2014 payroll was $472,896.70.
I move we pay county bill. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item number 10, Commissioner Pelt, acceptance of plat for Ghost Road Scenic Drive Park.
Okay, Judge, Commissioners, I'll just give a little bit of background on this. The county in Commissioner's Court on July 28, 1997 established the Ghost Road Scenic Drive County Park. And at that time, they basically declared it following the old Santa Fe right-of-way that had come from Bragg to Saratoga. The railroad had ceased to operate that lateral line, I believe it's in 1933, and I see Jimmy's here, and Jimmy has done the title work on this, and any questions we might have, well, Jimmy can answer them. But, and they gave or relinquished, or whatever you might want to call it, this old tram, which was 100 feet wide, 8 miles long, to the county. The county picked it up and started using it for a road, and when the current road maps were put together in 1996, 1997, they assigned 50 feet to the road, and it was assumed that there was 100-foot, the old railroad right-of-way, the 100-foot would be the Ghost Road Scenic Park, be 25 feet on each side of the county right-of-way. And that's the basis that we operated under. Up until about 3 years ago, there was no challenges to this. The major timber companies operating on either side of Ghost Road, Champion, Temple, and Louisiana Pacific, they basically honored the 100-foot right-of-way without any problems. And the landowners, a few houses out there, they had put their fences on 100-foot. So, but with the sell-off of the timber lands and the breakup of the timber lands, then about 3 years ago, as this court will remember, we had some companies come in and they questioned that we owned 100 feet. And in fact, one of them said they were going to cut to the road because they owned to the center of the road. They backed off of that after some discussions. But I brought it to court, and we engaged Skinner Engineering to go out and survey out the 100 feet for the full 8 miles. He put down boundary markers every place it crossed a different parcel of land, indicating where the corner would be with a 100-foot road, the 100-foot park. And he put this all in a series of plats, which I have here. There's 10 pages of it. And Jimmy, won't you come on up here to the podium where they can. Jimmy worked with Skinner, and James was working on some further delineation of the property owners and things like this when he died. And so Jimmy has finished out the work that he started. And Jimmy also did title work on it, working with Skinner. And I can tell you this is a pretty complicated situation. But Jimmy has looked at the plats, and what we want to do is file with the court the plats so it's on record as to what the 100-foot boundary is. Now, there are some potential small pieces in there, 2 acres, 6 acres, things like this, that county does not have a clear title to, if I understand Jimmy right, or a fully defendable title.
Yeah, there's some strips that property owners could press the issue that they may own to the center or own more than into the 100 feet, because you've got 8 miles of very different titles and different owners and different ways of describing it. But I really think that we need to go ahead and go back to the 100 feet, because that's what the railroad right-of-ways were. They were granted as 100 feet. That was the traditional and historical width. And you're talking about a historical asset of the county here. As chairman of the Historical Commission, I can't urge you enough to go ahead and file this plat and set a firm boundary. In '97, when the park was established, it was not defined. And we really need to go ahead and do that. So I really hope y'all will do it at this time. I think it's very important. You have any more specific questions?
Yeah, I just want to kind of be sure the court understands all that we know about it. In 1933, when the railroad abandoned the tracks and gave the county whatever they did, they gave the county some sort of a quitclaim deed on part of the property, I assume. I believe.
Yeah, in 37 and 38, there were 2 deeds I found. Okay. And that covered a great deal of the road. They were more or less relinquishing their claim to it with a quitclaim. But some of the deeds had reverter clause, some didn't. It's a hodgepodge all the way down the line. But the traditional right-of-way was 100 feet, and you can always go back to that historical precedent there.
And our situation would be at this time, if one of the companies, and there are several companies that, now have this property and some of it's being divided and we don't know who might be the future owners of it. But if the situation does arise to where one of them says, I believe I own to the bar ditch or to the county road ditch, I don't think any of them can press a claim that they come to the center of the road for the simple reason that this road has been operated by the county since 1933, so it would have certainly been a prescription road. And I have had none of them to raise the question that they had ownership in the road. It's the 25 feet on each side of the road that have had some questions about. But if the situation did arise, then I feel the court's position should be, first we have discussions, we'd ask them to donate because we're only talking about some 2.16 acre few tract, less than 20 acres, everything involved. We would ask them to donate that to the park. And if they did not want to go that route, then certainly we would have to get into negotiations about the value of the land. And the last step would, since this thing has been declared a park, I think eminent domain would come in and we would go to a condemnation. I don't think we're going to get in that situation with anyone. The fact that this is a county park and the fact there's very little land involved, and the 25 feet on each side that is involved, it has a pretty wide ditch that was the old bar ditch where the dirt was taken to build the railroad track. But that's what we're going to be asking the court to have the maps here, and would ask all the commissioners, if we approve it, to be sure that after the court that they sign it so that it can be filed with Glenda's office. And then once it's filed and stamped and everything, then I'm going to ask Jackie to get us about 10 copies of this so that we can have them for dealing with any potential people that we might need to deal with. Are there any further questions of Jimmy that the court might have?
You said there was several potential resistances at all timber company, or are there any private individuals that you think might have
No,
resistance?
we've had no conversations with private individuals, and all the private people that live on the road, they have their fence on the 100-foot line. And we've only had one, well, we've had two now. We had Adirondack, which I haven't heard anything out of them in 3 years, and when they cut their timber, they honored the 100-foot line. I assume they discussed it. They told me they were going to discuss it with their attorneys in Atlanta, and if they had a problem, they'd get back with me, and I've never heard from them. The group that bought the old Temple lands, which are managed by Campbell, Crown Pine, I believe it is. Mm-hmm. Crown Pine came in 2 weeks ago and started cutting. They did not cut anything on this 100 feet. But I called and talked to them, and the forester that I talked to told me that their intention was to cut up to the road. So we got in touch with a man that is with Campbell, that used to be with Temple, that's familiar with the situation. I suggested to him that he come over and visit with Jimmy and look the maps over. He has not seen this map, but he did come talk to Jimmy, and he was going to go back and talk to his people and get back with us. We haven't heard from him yet, but we'll have a copy of this. He was with Temple for many, many years. I do not think that they're going to come in and press an issue for a couple acres of land and start cutting, knowing that it is a park. What started it all, we saw loggers coming in. Jim saw loggers coming in. I called and talked to them. They said they had no idea it was a park. I fail to understand that because there's a 4x8 sign up on railroad irons at each end. They said they saw the sign but didn't know what it meant. But anyway, I think the people, when this gets back to Crown Pines or whatever, I think they're going to understand the situation. But this will give us what we need to work with them, and so that we don't end up having someone come in and cut this property up to the road or something and really mess up what is a pretty famous area that the county is designated as a park. If there are no other questions, I will move that in accordance with the duly approved action of the Hardin County Commissioners Court on July 28, 1997, which established the Ghost Road Scenic Drive County Park, I hereby move that in order to further protect and preserve the beautiful and historic site, we formally adopt and dedicate the plat showing the location and boundaries of said park, dated December 19, 2012, prepared by James A. Skinner, registered professional land surveyor. Said plat shall be filed in the public records of the county clerk's office.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. You
Thank
did
you.
a very good thing.
Jim has done a lots of work.
Thank you very
Jim.
much.
I have you a copy of that motion.
Okay, item number 11, Bree Whitmer, Sheriff's Office, permission to solicit bids to sell forfeited firearms and miscellaneous items for the Sheriff's Office. And Bree, this is your first trip in the court. Can you hold your speech down to about 10 minutes?
No, I believe I can. We have some firearms that have been in the safe for quite some time. We've gotten them awarded forfeited to the sheriff's office in order to be sold or disposed of, whatever they need to be done with. So there's about 60-something firearms and some other miscellaneous items.
Okay, now when you go out, do you go out to one big dealer or you go out to
We'll
individual?
solicit bids to several individual dealers.
Okay.
Assume Jackie will handle the bidding, right?
Yes, sir.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item number 12, authorization for county judge to sign resolution number 17-14 declaring the month of May 2014 as Elder Abuse Prevention Month in Hardin County.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Does that mean that they can abuse the elderly the other 11 months?
You talking about the two of us qualifying? Okay. Item number 13, Esther Scarborough with floodplain. Discussion action on request to establish name for private road in precinct 2.
Okay, in your packet, you'll find a petition for a road name change from Mr. David Eller. And you can see on the bottom where he has listed or gotten the signatures of people that live on that road. And out to the left of each of those names, you'll see a check mark or an X. And the check mark is where I went to the appraisal district to verify that each of those people live on that road. So they are asking there's a map on there that I put on there, you'll see it, the yellow part is the part that needs to be named, and the red part is the existing Copperhead Trail. And Commissioner Kirkendall can vouch that Copperhead Trail is a problem on entering for ambulances or any other emergency contacts. So they're asking to name the yellow part there separately that comes in off of Oldsberger Highway. And they've submitted 3 names. One, they wanted Red Hill, which the 911 guys that didn't make it this morning said that there's too many streets that start with the name Red, so they don't recommend that one. And 2 is Oak, and that was also the same situation, but they did approve Tall Oak. So if that's good with you guys, they would like to name that street Tall Oak.
I would move that we allow the name Tall Oak.
So are we still gonna have on the other end Copperhead Trail?
Yeah.
Yes.
See what it is, it's really confusing. Copperhead Trail comes off Craven's Camp. And that's the way that people trying to access that way. They've had some emergencies where they've called ambulances and what have you. And they just can't find the property, and what they're doing, they're bypassing the road that the Ellers live on, going all the way down to Craven's Camp. And then, Copperhead Trail's almost unnavigatable at times. And so what's happening is it's created confusion, and the Ellers and their neighbors have spent a lot of time and money to create a very serviceable private road, and it's the best private road in the precinct.
So, Esther, where you have this map, the red line is Copperhead Trail and the yellow is gonna be Tall Oak.
Tall Oak, yes, sir.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Item number 14, Esther Carver. Permission to solicit bids for sale of county-owned property on Park Road South in Lumberton.
And again, I've done some research. I've called everyone I can think of, read deeds, checked with Rebecca Walton, checked with the appraisal district. What we're trying to make sure on this is that the part that you'll see outlined here in black on Park Road South, over here is the soccer fields, and the land that was designated, the 45 acres that was designated for a park is here. But on that road down there, the little rectangle that you see, that was originally where the task force had their building. and that land belongs to the county. I cannot find anywhere where it was tied to that land that was donated by Hugh Club that had to remain a park. That's all out here. We did find a special warranty deed that was issued, and it had the words in it that it was proposed park site for the city of Lumberton. That's that parkland, but this deed does not have it. I've enclosed a copy of that for you to look at. We have people that want to bid on it, so I'm asking permission to solicit bids or to advertise this for bids for the county unless someone,
Okay, Rebecca, you said that you thought maybe there's some land in between this and the park property?
When I went to Esther's office, she has a program on the computer that she pulled up, and it appeared that there was another tract of land in between the park property and this small parcel that belongs to somebody else. I just wanted confirmation that this was not part of the park, that we cannot sell off. We've talked about that before, and I've compared the deed that she has to that acreage, and it came from somebody else other than Lumberton Mud, where we received our park property from. So my preference, we would have had confirmation that it wasn't part of it, but there does appear to be another tract of land in between the two.
there is, and I have people that are, that other tract of land is for sale, and I've had several people come in to check the flood zones on that land that separates the park and this particular piece of property. So there's
Okay.
another person that's selling that other land.
So there's a special warranty deed for the city of Lumberton? Can you
That's
talk
on the
more about
park
that?
land that can never be sold, that it's always remains a
But
park.
it's not on this parcel?
No, sir, not that we can find.
You just wonder how we got this parcel.
It was
What the purpose
Pica
of it was.
Investments.
Do what?
Pica Investments,
But I say, you wonder what the purpose was that they gave this little piece.
well, there was a house on it, and from what we understand, the task force used that house for a while. Maybe, Wayne, do you know?
I remember when they used it. Bobby
Pardon?
does too, I'm sure. You don't,
J.D. Brown built that building. There wasn't no house on there.
Right,
See, when I took office, the building was already there, and, but J.D. had built it. See, Lumberton, Mr. Roger had control of that property before the county got it, and, so, I checked with Don Wiley this morning. He said he didn't know it was separated. He
Do you
said
know
he-
anything?
He didn't know the two pieces of land were separated.
I can't find anything that shows they're joined.
So I have been of opinion ever since I've been on court that it was all one piece of land, that we could not get rid of any of it.
that was my thought. J.D. built the building
Uh-huh.
as a sub-office for the sheriff's office.
Right,
That
right,
was exactly what it was built for.
right.
But we can't find anything that ties those two pieces of land together. Do y'all have any further information on that? Because the appraisal district can't. The two deeds we have read totally separate. So,
I have a feeling that when all this property was donated to Lumberton, and I think it all went to Lumberton originally.
right.
Yeah, it was Lumberton, and Lumberton did not build the park or something. I'd just come on the court at
Yeah,
that time.
Lumberton City started out with it.
Yeah,
And then they fell by the wayside, and Lumberton Mud took it over, and then, we wound up with it.
yeah.
Now, Lumberton Mud is the one who gave us the park property, but somebody else gave us that piece.
Yeah,
of property.
Pica,
It's
which would
not-
be Hugh Club and the guys, you know,
Well,
that,
Hugh Club is it was Piker. I mean, that's the same.
And he may have given it to J.D., or, may have talked to J.D. about giving it to build that sub-office on. But we don't have the sub-office anymore, so,
I've looked everywhere, and that's
Yeah.
totally up to you guys. I've researched everything, called everyone I can think of, and
yeah.
can't find anything that ties that to that parkland.
Well, if we can go out for bids and sell it, put it in my budget, I'll be for that.
Is that
Well,
a
I wasn't
motion?
gonna tell them that you asked me that, but
Not to put it in your budget, but is that a motion?
That's a motion.
I second that, but no putting it in his budget.
No, don't leave, don't leave that out.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
thank you.
Item number 15, authorization for county judge to sign resolution number 18-14, acknowledging the month of May 2014 as Mental Health Awareness Month in Hardin County. So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Item number 16, Joseph Singletary, County Extension Agent, adoption of resolution number 19-14, celebrating the 100th anniversary of the signing of the Smith-Lever Act and the presentation of award regarding the same.
How are y'all doing today?
Doing fine.
I have a small speech prepared. We're here today to honor a 100-year partnership, 100 years of building a better Texas. In May 1914, the National Cooperative Extension Service was established by the Smith-Lever Act, which created a state-by-state network of educators who extend land-grant university knowledge and life skills to help people thrive and prosper. Your cooperation and support has made it possible for the Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service to reach all Texans with much-needed educational programs that help to make their lives better. To show our appreciation, we would like to present Hardin County with our Building a Better Texas Award. Thank you for helping us to extend knowledge and provide solutions in your county. We could not have done it without you. And I have this nice little plaque that says Building a Better Texas Award, presented to the County of Hardin for its continued partnership in extending knowledge and providing solutions for all Texans.
Now, Dr. Fritz said that came with you buying lunch today.
He doesn't pay me quite enough to buy lunch for everybody.
Do you know when Hardin County had its first extension office?
I do not, sir.
That'd be interesting to know.
It's something I
How
can look
soon after
into.
after this thing started that Hardin County, I know when they got their first 4-H, but I don't know when they started their first
Well, it's
county
something.
extension agent.
It's something I'll look into.
Okay, appreciate it.
All right.
You want to present that to the judge?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Let's have it over there.
We don't have anybody to take a picture?
Hold on, I have an iPad. Hold on.
We figured the Silsby Bee would want to do an article on it.
Right.
Daniel's coming.
There you go. Just need a little encouragement.
Oh, well, we'll do it. That'll be way better than this.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
I move we adopt resolution 19-14.
Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Item number 17, authorization for county judge to sign interlocal agreement with the Kuntz, Saratoga, Votaw Thicket, Silsby, and Wildwood Volunteer Fire Departments and Emergency Services District Number 2 in Lumberton and Emergency Service District Number 5 at Sour Lake for the use of radio tower and power source.
I think we're ready, Judge, so move.
Second.
All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Item number 18, Teresa Wigley with Emergency Management. Permission to coordinate with the City of Port Arthur to apply for 2014 Regional Interoperability Communications Grant sponsored by Area Maritime Subcommittee.
We worked on this together. It's an Area Maritime Security Port grant, and I'm gonna let Wayne explain it because he knows the technicalities.
As you know, we joined the regional radio system, the 800 megahertz radio system back in 2010. We've had a problem with coverage in the Sour Lake area ever since we first got on the system, so we have needed to, we searched for several grants. Teresa and I both have to install a telerepeater site in Sour Lake to improve the coverage area there. This is the first grant that we've come across that we're available to apply for. It is a matching grant. It's through the port security, and so we have to have somebody either in Beaumont or Port Arthur, or somebody in the mid South Jefferson County area to apply for the grant on our behalf, and Port Arthur's agreed to do that. We're eligible since we're tied into the regional system, even though that we don't have a port here, but we can't actually apply for it. Somebody else would have to apply for it on our behalf.
What's the match on the grant?
25%.
And who matches that?
the county will match that, but we're also gonna go to each of the stakeholders or the users in the county, which will be the city of Lumberton, Coombs,
All the cities.
Sour Lake, and, Silsbee, as well as the two ESDs that are on the system.
Do we have an estimate of how much that is?
The total project amount is $416,000, so the 25% match will be $104,000. Then we
Okay.
should also be able to split that up over the next 2 budget years as well.
Okay, but have the stakeholders in this thing indicated that they might come forward with some
Sour
help?
Lake definitely has, and so has Lumberton. Silsbee says they'll have to go to their council, but
Okay.
they agree that they would like to, and so has, both of the ESDs.
And if I may mention, it's been years before Hardin County has joined the Port Security Area Maritime Subcommittee. So they're including us as a region, which is really a nice thing for our area.
Okay, and by the time, if we get the grant, then will we know at that point if these others are going to participate and how much and stuff? Okay. I move that we authorize to apply for it.
Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Item number 19, approval for county judge to appoint committee to negotiate tax abatement agreements. We've got a situation now to where we've got a plant that's wants to come into the North Silsbee area that would bring about 65 jobs for a plant and about 10 jobs for truck drivers. And they've approached me about an abatement, and what I'd like to do is have a committee that would be made up of somebody from appraisal district, along with the commissioner in that area, and Wayne McDaniel to work on that.
I move we give the judge approval to appoint that committee.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. All right, item number 20, authorization for county judge to sign lease agreement for courthouse cafe. And Jackie?
Yes, sir. At this time, we just want asking permission for the county judge to sign the agreement. The county attorney and him are gonna review it, and whenever they finish reviewing it, signing of the agreement.
We kind of now need to move on with this thing because we've been dragging it for quite a while and stuff. And as my understanding, we have Doris Markentile here today that's going to be down there making some of the best food that you ever eaten in your life. I paid political announcement or advertising announcement, whatever.
Judge, under number 6, on the electrical,
Yeah.
the upgrades that are doing now, is the county paying for that?
Yes, okay.
Do we have any estimate of when they might be through and she can get started?
Tom was here, but he's, oh, okay.
It's gonna be dependent upon we also have some plumbing to do. Have bids coming in on that, so. Hopefully 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Hopefully.
Maybe by June 1st then, or something like that.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Now, my time frame will be after the agreement is signed, then I can order the commercial equipment that's gonna go in there. And it is going to be 3 to 5 weeks until some of that equipment is come in and set. And in the meantime, I'm hoping for 6 weeks.
Okay, and that's the reason that I'd like for Rebecca and I to work this thing out, get it signed, so we get moving on this thing.
Sooner the better. I move authorization you sign, Judge.
Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
Appreciate it.
Item number 21, Commissioner Kirkendall, permission to rescind resolution number 13-14, accepting proposal of Bancorp South Equipment Financing for lease purchase of Tiger Moore John Deere tractor.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item number 22, Commissioner Kirkendall, adoption of resolution number 20-14, accepting proposal of Bancorp South Equipment Financing for lease purchase of Tiger Mower John Deere tractor.
So moved.
What's the difference?
Second.
The numbers that the salesperson gave Jackie didn't match up, and so, he gave a discount that we didn't, that we shouldn't have gotten, and so the paperwork's wrong. So they had to go redo the paperwork.
Second.
When we purchase this stuff, let me read this before I ask this question. Why aren't we making it a resolution? Is that
It
mandatory?
has to be a resolution.
That's all I have, Judge.
Okay, got a motion and second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Item number 23, Commissioner Kirkendall. Permission to sell surplus salvage metal items and culverts, tin and so forth.
So move.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item number 24, Jackie Ellis Purchasing, discussion action to award bid for sale of a 1996 Ford Holland tractor with Alamo boom mower, precinct 1.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
That was, I thought it was on the award, so y'all got that, okay.
Well, it's not in the motion to sell to the highest bidder. We're gonna sell to any bidder or the highest bidder or
Highest
lowest
bidder,
bidder.
Mr. Armour, $7,200.
Okay, that needs to be in the minute.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item number 25, Jackie Ellis, permission to award bid for overlaying of 2,260 feet on Hickory Holland Drive, precinct 1.
Okay. Bids were open on May 2nd, and we had CMM Construction, $1.65 a square yard, L&D Construction, $1.79 a square yard, Dan and Cindy Christian, and it was $3.75 a square yard, so the parent low bidder is CMM.
I move we go with the low bidder.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item number 26, Jackie Ellis, permission to award bid for overland of 1,440 feet on Sheffield Lane, precinct 1.
We opened bids again, CMM Construction, $1.65 a square yard, L&D Construction, $1.83 a square yard, and Dan and Cindy Christian, it was $3.75 a square yard. The parent low bidder is CMM, again, $1.65.
I move we go with the low bid.
Second.
Who is this Danny and Cindy Christian?
And that's how they sent the bid in, it didn't have a company name.
Didn't have a company name?
No, sir, but it was on Alaska, it was really obvious, and we had a, is it triple C blacktopping or something like that?
Before.
And they were from Alaska, so I'm assuming that maybe.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, item number 28, setting of next Commissioners Court meeting. We scheduled, the regular Monday meeting would be on the 26th, and the 27th is voting day. Thought I'd throw that in there.
Yeah.
Get that, but-
Would it be a problem, having a set in for you, or you gonna have all your personnel working?
No, they're not gonna be working.
so no.
None of us are, what do you think, Bob?
Well, is there anything wrong with having it on the 27th, other than it's election day? I mean, is anything else?
I don't think so, do you, Joe?
No, I don't think.
Move with
I
it. Set the court, go
I
ahead,
move we
Bob.
have it on the 27th,
Second.
At 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Okay, don't forget the reception out in the dome at this time.
Okay.
We'll hand it. But I ain't got no inside of it. I've got water to it, but I ain't got no way to get